different situations, you know, can be a little sad and stuff, and you know, you don't maybe not quite know what to think, and you know, ultimately, since these are complicated topics and you know, kind of scary at times, we can always have that conversation. But if you guys are good, I'm good. We'll move on to today's lesson, and that's great. All right, just obviously don't hesitate to email me or ask me any questions if you need to. All right. So now what we're going to do is, for those that were not here yesterday, you missed a good lesson where we talked about what happens. Okay, so I just want to reset the stage a little bit, just in case you forgot or weren't here. But yesterday we were looking at how this situation occurred, right? Okay, so it's going back a little bit. We had a trading situation with Cuba. Cuba was in a war with Spain. Okay, they were over a war because Cuba was fighting against Spain for their independence. We were trading with Cuba, and we had our boat, the USS Maine, off the coast of Havana Harbor. Someone tell me in the chat what happened yesterday. What did we talk about yesterday? What happened to the ship? Because this is very important for today's lesson.
It got sank.
Okay, it exploded and sunk. Excellent. Now, we don't know the exact reason. We know that the U.S. media and the people blame the Spanish, but we don't necessarily know what happened. Okay, now we're going to be detectives, and we're going to try and figure out what actually happened to the ship. All right, so what you're going to do right now is you're just going to make a prediction. You're going to write it in the chat. Okay, I'm not going to move on until I see at least 6 or 7 responses. So you have 3 choices. Make a prediction. Was the U.S. media correct and the Spanish were responsible for sinking the USS Maine? Maybe you think the Cubans were responsible for the sinking of the USS Maine. Maybe they attacked the ship. Okay, or maybe you think the sinking was an accident. Okay, so Alex thinks number 1 is the correct answer. All right. Joe thinks the second one. Jagesh thinks the Spanish. Okay. Daniele also thinks 1. Okay. So we have a few people thinking the Spanish. Edgar thinks 1. Few more predictions. Just, you know, hey, make a prediction. If you were living through this time, who would you believe to have done this, to have committed this type of act? Ariel thinks 30. Thinks it was just an accident. It means explosions and accidents happen. It's unfortunate, but it can be. Jennifer thinks 2. Cubans were responsible. I mean, it makes sense, right? The Cubans were in a war with Spain. Maybe they attacked the U.S. ship to get the United States involved in the war. It makes perfect sense. Audrey, Hamza also think 2. Maniv thinks 1. All right, perfect. Thank you guys for your predictions. All right, but we're going to try and find out what actually happens. Okay, that is our goal for this particular assignment. Okay, so let's take a look at, okay, this here. Changing slides right now. What you have here are basically 3 clue sets. So everyone open this up, and you're going to get 8 minutes each for each clue set. You're going to get 8 minutes for clue set 1, 8 minutes for clue set 2, 8 minutes for clue set 3. Okay, so where do you find the clue sets? Okay, so each clue set is going to kind of take a perspective of kind of each of the topics we talked about. Some of the clue sets are going to say it's an accident. Some of the clue sets, right, so Alex is already taking some of them. He's already looking at the assignment. There's going to be a lot of clues. What's tough for a detective, what's tough for a police officer when they're investigating a crime is sometimes you get pulled in a lot of different directions on what happens. So don't just read one clue set. You're going to read through all of them. So how do you do this? So you're going to click on the remote PDF clue set, and you're going to want to try and hold yourself accountable. Okay? You're going to want to look through each set of clues. So clue set 1 is the first 3 pages. Okay, let's just start with that one. You're going to look through each set of clues for a total of 8 minutes. Okay, I'm going to start my timer. Okay, I'm going to start my timer right now. Look through each clue set and just take notes on each of the clue set. Pretend you're a detective. Pretend you have to take notes. You're getting information. You're getting clues. And you're trying to figure out who is actually responsible. It's not easy to figure out, but if you pay attention and you really are intuitive and really look at the clues, it gives you the answer of who kind of was really responsible. All right, so 10:36, 10:44, you have to look through clue set 1. Just look through the first 3 pages, and then you're going to take your notes in these boxes. Okay, so you're just working on this box right now. All right, so get started with those clue sets. Okay, Alex has already started with one of them. Try and put it into your own words. I'd rather you not copy and paste here. All right, but I'll be here if you have questions. Can we write down what happened? Yeah, in that clue set, you're trying to figure out and basically write down your notes on the clue set and stuff. Okay, about 4 minutes left. Still working with clue set one here, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so it's 10:44. At this point, you should be on now going to clue set 2. So how do you do this? Well, you're going to work on this box now. All right, so you should be done with clue set 1, or at least if you're not done, you just need to move on. You now go to clue set 2. So just scroll down. Very simple stuff. Okay, you scroll down till you get to clue set 2. This one is 2 pages long. You're going to notice here this takes a little bit of a different approach than clue set 1. All right. So you guys can go to this here, all right, and work on clue set 2. You guys have until 10:52 to work on this.
Quick question: were there any survivors then when the boat sank, or no?
No, this is kind of the problem. We don't really have any eyewitness accounts. This is why it takes so long to figure out what actually happens. You know? All right, so clue set 2. You guys get started. You have until 10:52.
We're in clue 2. Okay.
Oh, so this is like the Bermuda Triangle. Like, the boats disappear
Right, right.
and
No,
no one knows what happened to them.
no. I've never heard that one. That's pretty funny. No, go with the clues that you see here, not some type of, weird conspiracy theory. That's funny though. I've never heard that one. Okay, about 2 more minutes for clue 2, then we'll move on to clue 3.
Was kidnapping a thing in that time?
Yeah, it could be. Absolutely, sure. For sure. Okay, guys, so now let's go into the final clue set. Okay, we're looking at clue set 3. We've done 1, we've done 2. Now we're going to scroll down and do number 3. All right, now we're going to do number 3. Okay, so if you take a look, clue set 3, okay, you're going to get about another 7, 8 minutes. All right, same type of situation. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing for clue set 3. Work on the clue set 3 box. You have until now 11 o'clock to complete this. You have about a total of 7 minutes before we make our final analysis and hypothesis on what we think happened. All right? So clue set 3 gets started. Leave the page and come back, or restart your browser. It should fix it, Costali. Yeah, restart the tablet. That's kind of weird. It doesn't seem like a problem from my end. It's probably a problem from your end. Okay, so right now you have spent your time. You have looked through all of the clues. Now you need to make a determination on what actually happened. So you're going to take, in 3 to 5 sentences, what is your official hypothesis on what happened to the USS Maine? You're going to write it here, okay? I'm going to give you the choices so it's nice and clear. Now, we will go over the actual answer. Okay, we will go over the actual answer. There's 6 possible choices. Okay, what is your final hypothesis to what happened to the USS Maine? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is going to be one of these 6 choices. So pick one of these 6 and then write about why you think, based on the clues, what is correct. So if you're a detective and you had to present your case in court, what would you say to prove that you are correct and one of these 6 choices? So if you say 2, the Cubans were fully responsible, what from your clues would say that the Cubans were fully responsible? All right, I will tell you the actual answer at 11:05 before you turn in this assignment, okay, and then we go from there. Okay. Does anyone in the chat, take a minute here, anyone in the chat want to pick what number they chose, which one they believe to be correct?
Sure.
Okay, post in the chat. I see a 2. I see a 4. One's got some 4s. Okay. All right. We have a wide range of people who have interpreted this here. All right. So what is the actual correct answer? So let's go through this. Okay. You don't have to write this down. Just listen. And then once I'm done speaking, you guys can go. So many people and government officials in their detective reports blame the Spanish for the sinking of the USS Maine. We knew this. The official report in 1898 stated that the Spanish mine were responsible for the explosion. So if you choose number 1, you were technically correct if we were living in 1898. But after 1976, a naval study on the USS Maine said that there was an accident on board caused by one of the American soldiers that ignited the ammunition and caused an explosion. Studies today say that the Spanish had nothing to do with the sinking of the USS Maine. It was, unfortunately, the correct answer was 5. It was an accident, but caused by the Americans on board. All right.
Wow.
Sometimes,
They had all those procedures.
yeah. Yep. So we had all these procedures go down, and it ended up being that the Americans were unfortunately responsible. It was a tragic accident, but it was not something done by the Spanish. What you have to understand, though, ladies and gentlemen, is according to the public, though, they did not know this until 1976. So we will blame the Spanish for this attack, and we will go to war with Spain over it. And we're going to look at that war tomorrow. All right? So I just wanted to share this lesson. You guys did a really, really nice job going through this. I appreciate you guys taking the time and doing this lesson. And please turn in the assignment when you are done. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. I appreciate you guys being detectives. I thought that was fun.
Wait, we had to do 2 and 3, right?
The clue set, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys have, until the end of the day, turn it in as per usual. So you guys can go and have a good rest of your day.
Okay, bye. See you
Bye.
later.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye and thank you.
Bye. Have a good day.